Shudha from Missing Shoes and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is something super special because I had thought of this video more than 2 years back, 1.5 years back, and to sort of see it come to life is quite crazy. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I basically put together all of the outfits for my best friend's wedding. So some of these are designed by me, some of these were inspired from Pinterest, a few fabrics I saw I really liked, so depending upon that I've designed, and few are like mix match with existing stuff that I have. So it is a mix of everything. I'm going to be showing you guys how I got everything done under the budget that I had to do it and for the occasion that I wanted it for. So if you have a wedding coming up in your family, be it your brother, sister, cousin, your best friend, whoever, I'm sure this is going to come of great use to you. So yes, without any further delay, let's get into the video. Alright, so if you guys have been following me for a while, you must know Ravina. She's my best friend. We studied at NIF together and we've been best friends ever since. And although she stays in Jaipur and I'm in Chennai, we are as close as we could be. And I thought of this video way before she even got engaged, when the things were just starting to fall in place. I was like, damn, I'm going to design all my outfits for her wedding and make a video out of it. So yeah, that's where the initial thought was. So when you are putting together outfits for a certain wedding, there are a couple of things you want to keep in mind. First is the number of functions that they have. So the main functions that they have are Mehendi, Haldi, Sangeet, Shadi and the reception. So there are 5 functions in total. The kind of wedding it is. So it's going to be a mix of a Rajputi and a Konkani wedding. And no, it's not a love marriage. It is an arranged marriage. And it's quite cool to see such open-minded people who don't let like caste and religion come in between when they want to get their daughters or their sons married. I think it's quite cool. So yeah, it's going to be a mix of a Rajput and Konkani wedding. So I have kept that in mind while designing my outfits. The third thing is where the wedding is happening and what kind of outfits you want to wear. So it's happening in Jaipur and it's going to be quite cold because it's happening in December. And initially I was going to keep all my outfits and designs very like winter friendly, but I realized that if I were to do that, I won't be able to use them in Chennai. So I just designed them how I would generally design clothes, and I kept in mind that I should be able to use each piece multiple number of times in different ways in future. So yeah, that is something I kept in mind while designing. And the fourth and the most important thing is your budget. With Indian clothing, you can easily go over budget, and especially when you're designing stuff yourself and you're getting it done from a tailor, they can also overcharge you. So you want to make sure that you have a budget set from the beginning and you follow that no matter what. Alright, so once all of that is set in place, comes the ideation bit of it, depending upon the functions you have, if there's any theme happening and all of that. So I'll take it function wise, how I basically came up with the ideas and how I designed them and whatever I did. So the first function is the Mehendi. So I found this really pretty floral print fabric a couple of months back when I went fabric shopping, and it was on a discount. So there's a store in Chennai called Rupam, which is in Saukapet. So every Sunday they're open for half a day and they keep all of the bits that they have left from the week and they sell it at 50% off. So the yellow fabric was under 50% off. It's a printed organza which was originally priced at 300 rupees and I got it for 150 rupees per meter. So that's quite cheap. So there was only 3 meters left of the fabric and I bought all that was left. So when I bought the piece, I knew I had 3 meters of it and I really wanted to use it for the Mehendi because it's a really fun color combination and I thought I could really play around with it for my Mehendi outfit. So I saw these pant saris everywhere during Diwali, especially Global Desi came out with a ton of pant and dhoti saris, and I saw even W come out with some of them, and I really wanted to do a pant sari for one of my looks because it's very easy, it's super chic looking and it looks extremely stylish and it's again very easy to handle. So I realized for my Mehendi that would be like a perfect outfit to go for, and since I had just 3 meters of the floral print, I could only do a top out of it. So what I did was I went fabric shopping separately and I bought a matching pink fabric which goes really well with the print, and since I wanted to do a pant and a dupatta with it, I wanted to do something with raw silk because that looks really good with organza and with the kind of look I wanted. I wanted something really chic, slim and fitted. I didn't want something too flowy or drapey. Raw silk was a really good choice. So when you are buying your fabric also, you want to keep your design design in mind. If you want something that has a lot of drapes, something that's really soft and flowy looking, you want to go for crepes or chiffons or fabrics that have a nice flow to it. But when you want something that's really sleek fitted, accordingly choose your fabric. So yeah, I chose a pink raw silk and I required about 6 meters of it to get the whole look. So I just sketched it out before I gave it to the tailor. So for the top, I really wanted to do a turtleneck. That was something I had in mind for a very long time. So I just sketched out a turtleneck. And for the sleeves again, since it was mehendi, I wanted something that is right above my elbow. I went for this nice poofy sleeve instead of a regular fitted sleeve, so it would give something a little more to the look. And yeah, when it came to the pant saree bit of it, I knew for a fact I didn't want something that's too flowy or something that's too fitted, somewhere in between. So I went for this cylinder kind of a cut with my bottom. It's not a plazo, it's not a straight pant, it's like somewhere in between. And when it came to the palla also, I did draw it and give it to the tailor, but it was not very easy for him to understand. So I went to the tailoring unit again and I just kept it on me and I showed it to him how I wanted it to be. So that took a little back and forth because it's not something your traditional tailor is used to making. So yeah, that's how I put together this look, and I just love how it turned out because it looks very like high fashion, high end, but at the same time it was done on such a good budget. Even the raw silk that I bought was not pure raw silk, I went for art silk. So that was really cheap, like it was around 100 or 150 per meter. So yeah, fabric wise it was below 1000, and again stitching wise it was not too expensive, so it turned out to be really nice for me. Moving on to the second outfit, which is the haldi outfit. So on the haldi day they have a Rajputi theme, so everyone's going to be dressed in a traditional Rajputi poshak. And for those of you who don't know what that is, the kind of outfits basically Deepika Padukone wore in Padmavat, that is the style that Rajputis authentically dress up in. So for the wedding and the sangeet, I wanted to do a lehenga and I wanted to do something from scratch. So I decided not to spend too much of my money here because A, it's gonna go over budget, and B, I don't need so many lehengas in my life. So what I did was I took this mint green lehenga that I existingly had in my closet. I actually wore it for Diwali also. So I decided to just make a new blouse with it. So that way my lehenga gets a new look. It is on the theme that, you know, I'm gonna wear it on, and at the same time it's under a budget. Lehenga originally came with a hot pink blouse and the dupatta also has a hot pink detailing on it. So I decided to buy a pink fabric which has some kind of work on it, and it goes with that. So I found this really nice pink fabric with tiny work on it, and I also bought a matching lace so that my blouse looks really complete. And I found this roll for about 100 rupees. Again, bought all from Sapa Pet, street shopping, nothing bought from showrooms, because when you enter a proper showroom or a proper shop also, they're going to overcharge you. But if you find these really small shops in the streets, it's going to be much cheaper. So yeah, I found that, and then I just looked up a couple of designs online because I wanted it to be extremely authentic. Since the work of the blouse and the bottom is not something that an authentic Rajputi poshak would have, I wanted the design to be very typical and authentic, so it just looks as authentic as possible. So I found this choli cut design online, which is very typical, standard for a poshak, and also the blouse that goes over it. It's basically a two-piece blouse. So the second piece also has a basic oval neck kind of a design, and it's long with slit in the bottom. So I just decided to go with a standard Rajputi design, and yeah, I sketched it, gave it to the tailor, and this was relatively simpler for him to make because it's a classic choli cut and a normal kurta kind of a thing, but made into a top. So again, very easy to explain to the tailor. The fabric also, again, I bought it from the discounted bit that they had, so it came to be a lot cheaper than it originally was. And yeah, I love the way this has turned out. Moving on to the Sangeet outfit. So the Sangeet is actually happening on my birthday. That is the 26th of December. That is when you guys are seeing this video. So I was kind of sad about my birthday being on one of her functions because I am this excited person who is so hyper and wants to celebrate her birthday crazily all the time. But of course it's her time and not mine, so I didn't want the focus to come up on me, and I didn't tell her anything, but she knew that I was a little sad about it. So what Ravina did was she kept the theme of her Sangeet as Pink City and kept the dress code as pink. So everybody has to wear something pink, and I think that's the nicest thing someone has ever done for me. I was actually in tears when I heard about it because it's just too sweet for her to do that. So yeah, the theme is going to be pink, so wherever I see, I just see pink. So yes, I had to design a pink outfit, and nothing can feel better than a burst of pink. So I wanted to do something with a pastel pink or something that's really like softer on the eye. I didn't want to do something bright because my first two outfits were already really bright. So I found this floral print fabric when I went fabric shopping for the previous floral one. I found this again as a bit, and this had only 2 meters of it. So I knew for a fact I cannot do a skirt with it. I have to keep it for the blouse. And I had this flare sleeve blouse design in mind from a really long time. I made something similar when I was studying at NIFT, and I just really love how the flare looks at the bottom. So I wanted it to be fitted till the elbow and flare on the bottom. So that's how I sketched it out. But again, since I had just 2 meters of fabric, I couldn't do all the layers of the flare with it. So what I decided to do was, I decided to do the whole blouse with it, the sleeve and the first layer of flare with the floral. So it has a cohesive look. And the bottom 2 layers, I decided to use the fabric that I was going to use for my skirt. So that way it has a really cohesive look all over. If you were to stop the sleeve with the floral and do just the 3 layers with the bottom fabric, that would look a little awkward and mismatched. So yeah, by doing this, it just makes it look a lot more cohesive and nice. For the bottom, initially I was supposed to buy a net that matches to the floral for the top, but I didn't find an exact matching net. It was either too light or too dark, and if I were to get my fabric dyed, it would double up my cost. So what I decided to do was change my fabric to an organza, because my blouse is an organza, so I was like, organza will go really well with it. And yeah, I just bought 8 meters of organza and got a really nice flary skirt done out of it. So I felt like it was a little too plain. It needed some lace or some work somewhere. So I bought this really nice pearl lace, which I felt like went really well with the floral. And I got it stitched at the neck, on the sleeve right above where the flare starts, and also on my waistband, because it looks really cohesive and complete. And when it came to the dupatta, first initially my thought was to just have a dupatta with the lace on all the 4 sides. But again, I realized since it's organza and the lace is a little heavy because it has pearls, it would just weigh down my dupatta and it would not have a nice flow to it. So what I did was I kept my lace just on one side, and I decided to do a thinner dupatta. And since my lace has this really nice scallop design, I just decided to overlap it with each other. So I have a thick band of lace on one side, and yeah, my dupatta would just hang on one side and look really nice. And instead of keeping like a straight dupatta, I just went for an asymmetrical cut, so it just looks a little more flary and interesting. And that's how I put together my Sangeet outfit, which is also going to be my birthday outfit for this year. Alright, finally moving on to the wedding outfit. So the wedding is going to be a Konkani style wedding. It's going to happen early morning, and it's going to be followed by the reception. So even Ravina is not changing, none of her family members are changing. So I decided to wear the same outfit for both the wedding and the reception. And since it was a South Indian style wedding, I really wanted to wear some kind of silk, because it would just go with the whole ambiance of the wedding. So I have been obsessed with Banarsi lehengas. It's all over Pinterest, it's all over Instagram. Everyone's wearing Banarsi now, and it's so in trend. So I really wanted to do a Banarsi lehenga, and I found this website called banarsi.com, which has gorgeous lehengas and amazing quality. Buying lehengas online, it's not something I would generally recommend because quality is a big question mark there, but this website has amazing quality. So I found this really nice green lehenga piece that I found there, and I just instantly loved it. So the piece comes with a blouse and a lehenga. You have to buy a dupatta separately. So I just scrolled through their dupatta list again and found a pink that my lehenga had, and just matched it and bought it. I had a normal blouse piece, and the skirt came in the form of these cullies. So the cullies were already made. All you have to do is just cut them and attach them to your size. And this lehenga, I wanted it to be really flary and nice. So I decided to add can-can at the bottom to have a nice flow happening. When it came to the blouse, I was really keen on doing an off-shoulder blouse. Off-shoulder blouse have been really in trend, but I wanted it to have some sleeve because it's a wedding and I wanted it to not not be too revealing. So I decided to add a sleeve which is till my elbow and keep the cut a really nice off shoulder, because I have another heavy neck piece that I'm gonna wear with it. So I was like, okay, I can do that. And yeah, I just sketched it out and gave it to the tailor, and I got my blouse padded because it's strapless. It's just very, very convenient if you get your blouse padded, and if you have the budget for it, please do get them padded. So yeah, that's what I did, and I just love the way this looks. I think it looks freaking gorgeous, and yeah, totally worth all the money that I've spent on it. So guys, that was it for this video. I really hope you guys liked it and found it useful, and if you did, don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, the link is down below, and I will see you soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.